Starting at shooting guard, standing 6'5", number 6, Kent Bazemore. At forward, 6'8" from Missouri, number 5, DeMaurice Carroll. At guard, 6'2", from Wake Forest, number 0, Jeff Teague.
It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Toronto Raptors today. Welcome, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr. Some changes here for the Raptors. Johnson comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Amir Johnson at the 4 with Valanciunas at the pivot. DeRozan and Fields are the wings. And it's Williams at the 1. 6 on the shot clock. T kicks to Horford. And the rejection by Valanciunas. And Thunder submits Fox.
Well, you have to give all the credit in the world to this young man. He fought his way onto the roster, and now he'll be signed with them the rest of the way.
You know, it's nerve-wracking to be on a 10-day contract, but he just kept his head down and worked and was rewarded with the contract.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. He wants to see them running a very patient offense, saying, quote, the fewer possessions in this game, the better. He does not want to turn it into a shootout. Kevin, we'll see how that strategy pans out as this game develops.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Hey, Clark, here about his special...
Man, that was unreal.
Mark it up.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
Al Horford, 6'10", 250, really a natural power forward who's been asked to play at center for his whole career. He's shown himself willing to battle bigger players inside, but you got to think he'd welcome a chance to switch back to the 4 spot.
Teague, the pass to Millsap. Here's Thunder. Fields with the steal. And Williams, here we go. Down low. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
Well, that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Mike Scott's checked in for Horford. Cephalosha comes in for Paul Millsap. And Max subbed in for T. Ross is checked in for Toronto. Vasquez comes in for Williams. Korver dishes to Mack. To the paint. Korver, no luck.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Vasquez kicks to Valanciunas. Here's Johnson on the money with the open jumper.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Looking at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks, it was a loss to the Celtics in Boston.
And it wasn't just bad shooting. They weren't getting good looks. The offense wasn't clicking, no ball movement, very stagnant performance.
Yeah, I agree. The reason for that, I think, was their movement away from the ball. Not very crisp.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
Here's Thunder. He's guarded by Johnson. No good from Thunder.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Back to DeRozan. The fadeaway. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
And the difference to this point has been defense. This club has really gotten after it, and that's what's gotten them this lead.
Well, there's nothing that's gone up that hasn't been contested so far.
So for Toronto right now, Terrence Ross is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Vasquez. Then there's Lowry. And it's Johnson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. He got right to the cup using that screen.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
The Hawks leading by 6. Here's Mack, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
And they're
We'll go for a different look here. Paul Millsap's checked in for Mike Scott. Thunder comes in for Damari Carroll. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Teagan for Shelvin Mack. A new group in now for the Raptors. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Johnson. Andrew Fields comes in for Terrence Ross. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Vasquez. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Kyle Lowry.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
Well, the Toronto Raptors guys looking at a rebrand for a team starting next season to celebrate their 20th anniversary in the league. Boy, time flies. New colors, Steve, and a new logo.
Yeah, they'd even considered a name change, but decided to stick with the Raptors. But a chance perhaps to go with that bird of prey connotation rather than a dinosaur.
Here is Korver. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Feeds to Horford. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's Fields. There's 47 seconds left in the second quarter. Pulls up on the wing. Again, the Hawks score.
And you go back to when the Raptors came into existence in 1995. It was Jurassic Mania, thanks to the hit movie at that time. That influenced the fan vote when it came to the team's name, but I think the Tyrannosaurus theme may soon go extinct.
Here's Thunder. No luck. Nice D from DeRozan.
He still couldn't finish, even though it looked like he had a lane to the rim. But too often, that's the story for him.
Another trip to the stripe for him, and I'll tell you what, a little bit of a different feel here in the second quarter. A little more banging going on.
This team is never afraid to get physical. I think they enjoy this style of play.
You know, even though they're behind, I love the job they've been doing getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, they've been aggressive, and that's really important. You've got to continue to attack.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throws. Beautiful to watch.
Here's Thunder. Banked in off the glass. Thunder's got 10 points.